I already selected a folder and let's just see. Wow, bro! For real, man, I wasn't expecting this to happen. For real, I ain't gonna lie.
In all tutorial videos, this is a coding journey, rebuilding process built with pain, an educational and entertainment process shown with logic and CRUD. This is a PHP code that shows beginners or intermediate levels on how to upload images into the database and let them be stored. So for further use, get it. Let's ride on.
First off, I'm gonna create my folder. This is the folder with which the image will be stored on. The images will be stored on. While the database will be meant for image name. Let's just see, bro. This thing is simple, just that you don't know it yet. Let's just see how it goes. Let's just name it. At the same time, I'm gonna try to create my connection file. So let's get into it. So far, we're done with it. That was supposed to be cool. Yeah, so far we're done with it. So I'm guessing you all know this database. I'm gonna like comment it. All this from here, host user, DB name and password. As you can see, I'm using the try catch method. Like at first I was using MySQL. Then I later discovered this one. This one is more outdated, right? So I had to go, and it's less secured as compared to DBO. So I had to like move away from this, and I started moving on with DBO. Like this is the thing, you don't need to like master all at once. You just need to like get one method. You just keep going with it, right? So that's it. We're gonna like test it out. If everything everything out here is being connected and it works successfully. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna echo success in case everything works out, and in case the database fails to connect, and the system is gonna equal this one. The die method means more of stop whatever you're doing, and once this image is being echoed out, the system gonna stop whatever it's doing. Like no program gets to run no more. Like if there were programs underneath here, if there were certain programs, it means it won't go on no more, because the keyword here says die, and die means stop. So let's check it out, the page. Goddamn, bro, can't believe I almost forgot this. Like I haven't created a database yet. So let's get into it. Sure, as you can see, we're done with the database creation. I'm sure you're, yes, you know, we can handle this. Like it's all basic stuff. Though it wasn't easy for me, but I had to like make it come to like, you know, keep practicing and, you know, staying consistent and shit like stuff like that. So yeah, if I run it now, it's gonna like tell me everything good, be good to go. One thing I forgot to do, like the name here is different. So let me get it aligned. As you can see, image DB, that's the name. So let's check out the page again one more time. Now success means database connected. We're going to require the page being called out on config, like the information being used on config. So we're going to call it out here using require ones. I guess you know they're different types, but you know, like I said before, you just master one and you move on. What I'm using is require ones, right? I'm using is require one, but they see something like include. Yes, but I don't like using include, because include has its own, but I guess there are cases where you use include, because in include it comes in a way, is the database in connect, right? The program is still gonna run. It's like else if, but it's saying no matter what happened, the program is still gonna run. You get it? You're just gonna highlight the error if you want to highlight it. Like if you want the error to be highlighted, it's gonna highlight it, and if you don't want the error to be highlighted, you're just gonna pass on and move on. But we require once the thing like it doesn't meet the requirements, the file directory or whatever, it's not gonna go through. That's why I keep on using require once, because if there's no database, or if I use include in this case, right, with no database, no, that's an error. Like where would those information be stored? It can't be stored in the folder, so it can only be stored in the database. So for now, I guess we'll be going with just require once. There's even required. There's even required. So the thing is, like I said, I don't really know all of them, you know, I just get to use one, and I'm guessing with time I'm gonna know more. You get it? So I'm gonna take config. That's my page. Now I'm gonna start writing the logic. You know, when it comes to programming, a lot of your beginners be thinking like, what matters is about like cramming syntax, but over my time of learning, I've discovered it ain't about syntax no more. Movies made us believe like it was more of cramming syntax, you know, keeping them on head and books, you know, yeah, whatever. But I later realized, for me, from my own perspective as a backend engineer, right, what I'm seeing is more of logic than syntax. So let's get on with the logic. First, you're gonna write email. We're gonna set things like user filling, user filling information. Second, this thing is more of like procedure code, like algorithm, like procedure code. But there are several ways to write yours. You could write yours in an algorithm form, whatever manner you want to choose. Like, but you go on using this type as for now, you know. So after submit, we're gonna get. Let me skip a line so you can see the differentiation. We're gonna use PHP. Here was mostly of HTML form, so now we're gonna get it on with PHP. So state 4, which is PHP server receive. Why I'm using server? Because you know HTML is more of application scripting language, if I'm not mistaken. So from here, server receive information from HTML from them, sanitize information. Yeah, there's a lot of sanitations, right? There's a lot of sanitations that needs to be taking place when it comes to image upload, because you know there are certain files, certain documents with which a server might read it on, start crashing on your own, because he's thinking like it was more of some part of information that it needs to take in, and once it takes into the database or whatever, it might crash your database and stuff. So we have many things. We have file size, what type of image to upload. Let's just add that one, then we're gonna proceed with that. Like what type of image. Done with the logic, right? So right now we're gonna move into syntax. So first off, I don't usually get on to do this, like start writing my syntax, and I don't do this. So what we can do is I'm gonna get into my form at once, get into my form and start writing what is supposed to be seen in the HTML form, right? Because I can't start writing because I don't know what the PHP will receive, what the server receives first. I have to write this information first, knowing what I'm sending before it gets to the point to the server side language, get to figure out what to do with it and next stuff like that. So we move on from here. We'll start writing our syntax and attributes, and well, we get on with the attributes. Since I'm going to be working within the same page, I wouldn't use function, I wouldn't use action, but I could use it still directly on the same home.php that I don't want to. So we're going to move on, use method. Well, you all know the default method is get method, right? So if I didn't get to use this form, it would be get method like on default without me knowing, like it wouldn't tell me, it would just go on default. And if I still use this without putting the post method, it will still go on default. So I'd rather put the post, which is more secured, right? And most of the times I forget this, so I'll need to add a hang type multiplied form data. That's it. Without this, your browser will just reload without saving any image. You get it? Without this part, so you need to be careful. Without this part, your browser will just load down without sending info, storing information. So first thing we're gonna store is as compared as seen in our database. We have just this tool, which is name and image name. So we're gonna do name first. Yes, as you can see, right? As you can see from here, we notice we used so input, which is text, which means it's text, and here's gonna be file. Select any file, could be PDF, whatever file, document, video, whatever. So yeah, we're gonna use file, and we're gonna justify its image, right? So these names are like variables holding this, and these are their variable names. You get it? So let's go on. I'm guessing for that you understand, because you know you don't just get stuck because you don't really understand. You move on, then later on you just get to realize there's some things while you moving on, you get to like figure them out like on naturally daily basis and stuff. Alright, so we go on like if request method, right? We could use if request method, but I'll just use iSet. If iSet was btn, can see so far we're done with this. iSet has its own way of representing things. This iSet here, I would have used something like this server request method equal to post, and I'm supposed to use this. That's true. Let me tell you why I'm supposed to use this. Why I'm supposed to use this is because I declared post here. I declared post method. If I didn't declare post method, right, I would have just gone with this I set button. But now I'm declaring post method. It means I'm supposed to use this I set post here. If I didn't do it like that, the browser will just be fresh without letting me know I'm supposed to do it, right. So I'll just carry it and I'll just transfer it from here to here. And this browse amplifying this sign. It's saying if this and this meets same condition, like if this and this are true, like if the request method here is post and if this button here is present, this btn here, you'll see it's gonna highlight. That's it. The btn here is present, then start proceeding with this, proceeding with this file. If none of these are correct, right, the server will just keep all this information and move on to the next. So we're going with it. One thing I forgot to mention is this thing here, image. As you can see, I used file here, and I made a line here. As you can see, this name here are standard. I don't need to change them. If I change them, that's typically some error. Same thing, the browser will still reload without telling me anything. Same thing, yeah. They are sort of different types. Sort of like error. Let me just show you this one. Error. You see, there are many different kinds. You could search them. There are many different kinds of image, file key information like this one here. As you can see, these are the image. The name are selected, like the variable name I told you earlier about. So we won't use error as of now. So we'll just get it done as simple. At first it's gonna be more of simple stuff, right? So I'm just gonna try image upload. Oh my bad, I didn't follow my check if. You see, I'm moving on with my logic. Here was PHP receive information. This is it. This is the information it did receive. Variable name, variable image and stuff. So check if it's empty. So let's get on with it. You get it? What I'm saying here, in case this one is wrong, everything will stop. No information, no code, no syntax, no logic gets to run after this. Get it? So in case the thing ain't empty, it's just gonna slide and move past it without noticing like it was there. So this is our first, which is we got this one covered. Now we're checking the size. This works in kilobytes. This is 124 kilobytes, right? Like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro, for real. Like, I'm kind of stuck out here. So let me go do my research, fam. Cause I know something. Alright, let's just move, because I'm kind of confused. If I set it to 1, I think if I set this to 1, it's gonna mean max size should be 1 MB, and I'm guessing you don't want that, so let's put it to 2 MB, which is 2 megabytes. So you can set it to this times this, somewhere like same 124. You get it? So max size right now is gonna be about 2 MB. So about next from the logic, it says, are we done? Now we ain't really done with this. We're gonna check it out later, but we're gonna check it out all at once with the type of image to use, right? Alright, let's just get on with the size. So we're gonna say this was the thing I was talking about up here, like size. Let's just declare it so we see how it goes. So I don't know why image, right? Let's just put size, image size, img size. When it comes to image upload, right, There are so many key tags with which is here when it comes to PHP. I don't know about other languages. Let's just name it size because that's the name I think. So from here we won't use this again because we just declared from above. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use image size, img size. You get it? If this is greater than this, we echo. And one thing about error handlers, one thing I figured out, you don't tell the user what's the problem. Instead, you tell the user what he's supposed to do, right? You get it? For example, there are times where people are so tired, they just want to get everything done like fast. Sometimes maybe might be reading this and trying to figure out all by yourself what's going on could be stressful. So instead of like letting your user do the thinking, which is a bad UX system, right? So you rather tell the user, bro, like file too large, something like that. File too large. Then you went on to mean size. Mean size should be about maximum size, max size. You understand? This way they will understand what to do next rather than like letting them figure out what to do. You get it? So we move on to the next. And if this condition don't meet, like I said, the server is just gonna skip and move forward. Next one we're gonna go with this one, like this one. Check. Let's just like navigate each. Let's just navigate each to their. So we're going to try to add to know what type of the image. So we could use whatever variable we want to use. Allow. Let's just use type 7. So we're going to use this image. Okay, as you can see, yeah. Is a variable, like this is an array, right? An array get storing JPEG, PNG, and whatever git file. Me as a web developer, what I usually use is img dot. Alright, this thing is image even, not img. So as a web dev, this is what I usually use, webp, because it helps in speeding up the image, faster loading, this file extension when it comes to images. This is what I usually use. But all these things are still allowed when it comes to a big platform which anyone could post, semi-platform, like your own semi-platform which you create for like LinkedIn, social media, whatever, networking and stuff. You never know where it could take you to, but we just keep building. So here it's comparing. It's comparing if these are in if not, let me just add this. Like if this doesn't exist, right, then we're gonna echo out this. Like I said before, you tell your user what's the solution to this problem, so he's gonna know at once. And if we're all done with this cross checking and stuff like this, right, we proceed with database and we proceed with the database. So right here, as you can see, but I ain't gonna lie, bro, as you've seen this one, probably like I forgot it. There's been heavier things I've been working on, like a CAD system. I'm trying to get it right. So all this one I forgot them, but I realized I know what I had to do when it comes to the logic, but when it comes to the syntax, I didn't really know, and that ain't no bad thing. Forgetting syntax, I believe that ain't no bad thing. Every developer does that, so we proceed with the next. So if everything goes well, what we're gonna do is we're going to send the information over to our database, which is we're going to use any variables SQL for video, which is the name of a variable stored in the database. As you can see, here is video. You get it? So since we're calling out this page, using require ones, right? So the system, this section of codes, they're acting like they're here, which they end just by calling out require one. So all we're gonna do is prepare statement. When using this prepared statement, which helps in security, right? You get to use this placeholder, or there are some other type of placeholder you can use. Like I usually see people do this, something like That's the name, but I don't really go with this one. I go with what I know and what I want to get right with. Just this. I'm gonna use this question marks as a placeholder. So let me get it alright done. So yeah, I'm gonna put in the logic which was setting. Alright bro, so that's it, we're done with it. So what happened here, I had to use a prepared statement using here is normal basic MySQL language, MySQL syntax, as you can see in settings to users. Get it, execute. We're calling upon the name and the English variables to be uploaded into the database. And what I say here is, in case this one works out, right, it means this one should work as well. Like in case if not, it won't work. You get it? So in case the data being inserted into the database, it means this one will go through. So this is the I wouldn't lie, man. Like I wouldn't lie. This is the hardest point I'm supposed. Like I want to go to get through it, testing. This is the hardest part, bro. I know I'm going to see a lot of bugs. I know that's like I know I'm going to see a lot of bugs, but bro, this is the hardest part, testing. Like, but I know drawdown or backing down and shit. We're gonna get through it. So I'm gonna save my file. As you can see, it ain't saved yet, so I'm gonna save it. So we're gonna take this out. You don't need it no more. So we're gonna take it out. Yo, let's try like echo out success in case everything goes well. You get it? So we know everything is working, but I ain't sure because we're gonna echo success in uploading. I ain't sure for real. Success in uploading, bro. Box, box always there. Even like when you look at it, you think your code are clean, but then box are somewhere snapping, just hiding, sitting outside like. So, but no worries, cause PHP is gonna give us feedback. I just hope it goes good. I ain't playing. I've tried this multiple times, and you know what happened? Bam, 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 bam. Error. So let's get this image. It's PNG. Alright, it's within. Let's see. Let's check our database. Let's check. Okay, as you can see, it's empty. You get it? The database is empty. So let's just try and see how it goes. Okay, we'll do this. I did that already. I already selected the folder and let's just see. Wow, bro! For real, man. I wasn't expecting this to happen. For real, I ain't gonna lie. Let's see how it goes. Let's just refresh. And man, it worked, bro. Like, bro, hold on. Let's check our folder first. I was still believing this shit I'm saying. Bro, that's it. Bro, it did work. For real, I wasn't expecting this to happen. I just been through a lot trying to figure out some stuff. Coding and stuff. It's hard, but what can I do? I can't stop because I already started already. So I just keep moving. Like, I really appreciate everything, man. At least I'm going somewhere. So I was expecting out the box or something like that. Seems like everything good. Everything checked out, right? Let's just try something different. So we're gonna take out PNG, right? So we're gonna take out PNG, and yeah, we're gonna take out PNG, and we're gonna let it out to be gift only. Let's see how. Okay, you see? Let's go. Let's try something else. Yes, PNG. This one is PNG. So let's see. You see file extension. You get it. Yo, I don't have any. Let's try something. A bigger file, right? Okay. Let's try bigger. Bruh. I'm so happy. Well, on my next video, I'm working with the full stack application because I've worked on the CRUD system, right? So I have basic information about sessions, right? I'm gonna put into that work on my next video, making a full stack web application which there's different levels of users, right? Admin and users could upload images, edit their profile like any other social media like LinkedIn, right? But not really into deep stuff. I'm just talking about session editing and stuff because right now I'm working on CAT. I'll see you on the next video, man. Bro.